7 days ago, a major vulnerability was disclosed in Log4j, a Java logging package used in damn near everything. It was bad. Remote code execution, trivial to exploit. I rushed online to get more information, but it was noisy and conflicting. What was affected? What wasn't? As I ran scans and pushed updates and waited for shells to rain down upon me, then I realized there had to be a better way.
What happened to the internet?
It was destroyed. But out of that, a new holiday was born. An IT Festivus for the admins of us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to IT Festivus. Happy Festivus, everybody. I'm so glad you can be here. I am Jonathan Crow, Director of Content Community at Ninja One. And we've got so many great people here that we're going to be pulling on screen in just a bit. Some folks that you can see right now. Awesome to see people in the chat. I saw in the chat, we've got people who have been here for like hours already. You know, you wake up early, you want to celebrate Festivus. I don't blame you guys. This is where it's at. I'm so happy that everyone's here. We've got so much good stuff to share for you. But let me introduce some other folks, the other smiling faces, the other festive faces here on the screen. So first up, we've got Tom Watson. He's our channel chief advisor here at Ninja One. Tom, happy Festivus.
Hi, Jonathan. Hi, everyone. Looking forward to this.
Yep. And we also have the real Ashley Cooper. And Ashley is just started a new job, bringing in the holidays with Gradient MSP. Ashley, welcome to IT Festivus. Thank you for being here, too.
Thank you. Hi. Yes, and I have way more responses than a typical bot, so.
I know we're going to throw a captcha up there just to make sure. Yeah, we're going to see about this. And also, we've got Alex Farling from Lifecycle Insights. Alex is a familiar face to everyone who has been at our MSP live chats before. Alex, happy Festivus, my friend. I know you're ready with some grievances.
I've got a grievance or two.
Oh man, and so let me share my screen. We've also got some other guests joining us in just a little bit, so we'll keep tabs on that. But I also want to share with you guys, give you a little taste of what's to come here. And so I'm going to share my screen here and give you a little peek about the what we're going to see. So, guys, welcome again to IT Festivus, and I'm going to go to the quick intros again. We got myself. We got Ashley from Gradient. We've got Alex. We also have Ray, drummer Borsini. And Ray's going to come on the screen. He's gotten some audio difficulties, so we'll get him on screen here. And also Tom, Santa Claus Watson. So Tom, for those who are kind of wondering what that reference is all about, you want to give them a little explanation there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll show everyone. So, got a little Wolverine is going to make an appearance.
Oh my gosh.
For the, sweater. So, everyone, you can get screenshots ready.
That's awesome. This will not come back to haunt you for the
next
several years.
God. And look at this. So anyone who joined our IT Horror Fest.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, Anyone who is on IT Horror Fest knows that Tom came dressed as Wolverine, and he's back. He's back in character.
Please tell me you made that.
Yes, he did. Tom is a very talented guy, and it's 'tis the season for all sorts of things, including prizes, gifts. We're going to share air our grievances. We are going to celebrate our feats of IT strength. And we're going to start by kicking things off with our group here. But we really want to hear from you guys. And so we're going to walk through kind of how this is going to play out. And we've also, in addition to some awesome prizes that we're going to be giving to you folks here, lucky attendees, for coming on screen. We've also got some prizes that we're going to give away to people who participated. If you've been following Ninja RMN, we've been asking for share your best grievance, share your feat of strength, share your ugly sweater photos. We've got some awesome ones to share for you guys. And we want to pick those winners by letting you, audience members, vote. And so we're very democratic here on Festivus. We want you to have a say in who's going to walk home with prizes. And And then we also have prizes that we brought here for our guest. And let's just get into that for a second.
Aww.
So yes, that's right.
I just want to point out that I liked you better before this package showed up in the mail.
I know, right? I know. So
I thought we were friends, and then this little joy showed up.
That's
Even
right.
Even my dog's mad about it.
Yeah, let's get. Can you do a close up of that, Alex? All right. So for the folks at home, we at Ninja One,
terrible.
we really appreciate our community. We appreciate all of our guest partners here. We appreciate Alex from Lifecycle, Ashley from Gradient, Ray, and others. And so we wanted to spread the love here a little bit. We didn't want to just give prizes to audience members. We wanted to share the love and give some gifts to the panel. And so if you guys are familiar,
I think they
wasn't.
are.
Everyone's familiar? Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know how I missed this stuff because it's hilarious to me that Ray, I think Ray, Alex, you've had these too. A lot of people have already had these things. And I have not. I had never heard of this before.
Well,
but
I
Jelly,
hope you regret it. That's all I'm going to say.
I already regret it. So Jelly Belly, just for the folks at home who don't know this, they released this Bean Boozled line of jelly beans. Apparently, this has been going on for a while. And the whole deal is you've got this collection of jelly beans. And if you look at here, like, for example, you have one that looks like it could be peach. Peach is one of my favorite of the Jelly Belly jelly beans, actually. But in this pack, you could get the peach flavored, or it could be barf flavored. And this is kind of going along with our theme here of, we're airing grievances, we're being negative. We also want to be positive this time of year. We're all going through some stuff, as evidenced by our intro video with Log4j and everything. We hope folks are hanging in there. But I guess to kick things off, I wanted to kind of send it around the panel here. And I know you guys have prepared, some grievances to share, also feats of strength that you want to celebrate. And maybe a way that we can do that, decide what you're going to do, is let's open up these jelly beans and let's take one out. And if you get a good flavor, that means you're going to celebrate a feat of strength, right? If you get a terrible flavored, like what do we got here? We've got booger, barf, dirty dishwasher, old bandage is one I'm kind of especially curious about. If you get one, if you get one, I made the mistake that too, Ashley. We talked about this. When we open this, guys, at home, I immediately just smelled the barf.
Or the stinky socks.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It doesn't smell yummy.
No, it smells awful. It smells absolutely terrible. If folks have these at home just laying around and they want to play around too, then please do. But why don't we go down the line here? Tom, do you want to start us off? Do you want to pick out a jelly bean?
All right. I've got one right here. It's like, let me see. Hold it up here.
All right. What do we? Let's
color this.
Yeah, let's do
It's
that
like
again.
Orangish color.
There
you
that's
go.
peach. That's peach or barf right there.
Peach or barf. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Audience, what do you think it's going to be?
It's lost. It's dead. Man down.
Fish.
Oh, this peach is good.
Oh, my
good.
God.
Lucky.
You are so lucky. Okay. All right, Tom. So you got the peach. You got a nice thing. I'm sure you're in a good mood now. Why don't you share? Do you have a feat of strength that you want to share? Something that you saw that was a cool win, either from you or just in the channel in general? What's some positive stuff we can share?
Some positive stuff is, back on the road this year, some trade shows. That was great. See people out on the field, stuff like that. And then I got one more feat of strength. Wolverine.
Absolutely. I mean, getting back on the road, this is something I'm a little salty about because I haven't been able to do that yet. But I know, Alex, you've done this. Ashley, did you go to IT Nation? Were you there or no?
I was there. Yeah, I was there with MSP Geek, actually. I was going to be one of my feats of strength, Jonathan.
Oh, man. Tom beat you too. Well, let's go right to you, unless you want us to go to Alex so you can think of another one.
I'm just hoping that.
ladies first. Let's let her enjoy
But yeah, I mean, being back on the road, and I mean, I know that's still something that's a little iffy, and we'll see how next year goes. But I know it's something we're all looking forward to. But here you go, Ashley. What
All
you
right. I'm
what do you got
thinking
here?
that it's either toothpaste or berry blue.
I
Not
feel like
terrible.
of all the
Either way.
ones, this
Like,
is like
that's
the best one to get.
Yeah.
Because either way, toothpaste is not
Yeah,
that bad.
It's not bad. No.
I think it's berry. It's not toothpaste.
Wow.
Unless it's like kids' toothpaste. This tastes like my kids' toothpaste, actually.
No, I think you definitely.
Very.
I think it's got to be the minty toothpaste. So wow. Okay, another good thing. I know Tom stole your thunder a little bit, but do you have another kind of like what's something we're celebrating this year? In the
I have a
channel
lot to
and IT?
celebrate. It's probably good that I got that one because I am struggling with like the grievances actually. Feat of strength. Well, I guess like in terms of just the way that our channels and our communities have all come together. I joined MSP Geek admin team this year. Hard to believe that it was actually 2021. It feels like it's been so much longer.
Right.
But then I also joined Ray on our MSP, and so joined Gradient. Got to go to IT Nation as MSP Geek. So I'd say overall, it's like been a really awesome community year for our channel. So that would be my feat of strength, I think.
That's awesome. Well done for that. I mean, I think those are all things to be extremely to celebrate. I love that Festivus. I mean, this is not what people come for Festivus for, I don't think, going to all the positive stuff. But I like that we started on this note. But let's see how we get going with Alex. I
I'm
mean,
not feeling good about this after
Yeah.
them going 2 for 2. Like I
Yeah,
feel
you're-
like it's somebody's turn. I
Yep.
took statistics in math class, and yeah, prob stat was an easy class, but not looking good for what could be, I think, a booger or a juicy pear.
Or a rotten egg.
oh man, the
You think that could be
pear.
egg? I don't think that's egg.
No.
No, I think maybe. No, it's got green spots on it. It's got little green spots, so I'm good.
Yeah.
This is either a booger or a pear.
Watch the face.
Wow, Jonathan, you're screwed
Yeah.
I think.
because that's a
Come
pear.
on, guys.
3
Come
for 3.
on.
I've
Yeah.
been torturing these guys all week. I'm like, I did this once years
Oh,
ago, and I
I've
still
done
have
it with
PTSD from it.
My fiance's nieces played this game with us. It was not fun. So this is way better than some of the other options.
Oh my God. Okay, Alex Farling, Lifecycle Insights, feat of strength, my friend. What's
I'm
something
going to give you one that
celebrate?
nobody. I'm going to give you one that nobody thinks is a feat of strength, but I'm going to
Okay.
turn it on its head and make it a feat of strength, and that is insurance companies, because they are finally
Boo.
doing well. They're finally doing what the industry, what legislation, what nobody else could manage, and getting our customers to buy cybersecurity. So, in my mind, insurance companies are actually doing something good for MSPs today, and I think we should call that out because our legislators have failed to do it. Our industry as a whole has really struggled with adoption and struggled to drag people kicking and screaming, and the insurance companies are going to help us do it. So I think that's worth talking about. I think it's worth a conversation, and I'm going to list that as a feat of strength this year.
Wow. I like it. Comments from the crowd here. Ray, I mean, any comments about that? And Tom too. I know you've got thoughts. But while you're, yeah, go for it, Ray.
I had the same first thought you did, right? Like insurance, boo, but like I don't disagree with him at all. Somebody was going to make us do it. Insurance companies are doing it, and honestly, I'll take insurance over government. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Because you have a choice in insurance companies. You can go try a different one if you don't like the one you have. You don't have a choice when it comes to your state or your federal government. They're going to force down your throat what they want to force down your throat. So hopefully they help solve some of this problem so the government can be less heavy-handed at it.
And I've
I
already
will
been
say-
told Canada doesn't want me, so I can't go there.
We want you. What do you mean?
Aw.
Well, that's just her being Canadian polite. Let's see.
Right.
Well, there are, Alex, I do know that there are some people that have grievances with you guys.
There are. And you know what has spawned from this? I just found out that we have some really cool swag coming along that is going to be limited edition swag for some folks that have really gone above and beyond for us. We actually have Lifecycle Insights socks coming out to go along with them.
Oh man, bravo! that gets a slow clap right there.
Right.
That's pretty great. That's fantastic.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, do you want to just give a little bit of context here for folks?
Yeah.
Who are like,
So
what the hell is this?
So we wanted to do something as a welcome back to face-to-face meetings when we went to do IT Nation. We wanted to come out and really make a mess of things. So we all donned pink T-shirts that were spray painted "Lifecycle Insights sucks," and we walked around with a barcode on our shirts that people could scan, or a QR code that they could scan and take them to the website that talks about how miserable it is to be a Lifecycle Insights partner, because you wind up with more projects to do and you have to figure out how to hide all that extra money you made from the IRS and those kind of things. So it was a fun way to go out and be bold and make sure we bought a website that we didn't want anybody else to own in the process.
I love the defensive play there. But yeah, I mean, this was such a cool idea. I loved it. I love
The
that
best
you guys
offense
did
is
it.
a good defense.
There you go. And I do love that you guys, I know you got some good attention for it. So it was really cool to see. Great marketing idea.
If you
As a
haven't
marketer, I appreciate
realized, attention is the thing that we go for. Like even the ugly sweater has a dual purpose, right? We got the beer holder that is now a jelly bar holder. Like you can't have an ugly sweater if it doesn't serve a purpose. You can't have a website if it's not going to make some noise. And I actually stole it from I Hate Steven Singer, and anybody who's from the Philly area will know this one. It's a jeweler up here that has billboards all over the place. And it's the husband going, "I hate Steven Singer because my wife spends all the money there," and that kind of stuff. So it was borrowed and manipulated, but it turned out to be quite a splash at IT Nation.
As are all the best ideas.
Right.
Well, as someone, Edward in the chat points out, I think we're delaying the inevitable here, guys. I mean, we've had a Festivus miracle so far.
Yeah, I hate
in
you put it
terms
off.
of like
We'll call it
3 in a
Festivus
row.
miracle.
Good jelly beans. Ray, it's you or me, buddy. What do you want to do? Do you want to take the hit?
I'll take the hit. I came on late. This is my 15th attempt at fighting with Crowdcast, which should be my team strength, right? So,
And Ray, actually, before you dive in there, just because the other folks had, so Alex and Tom and Ashley all had a chance to kind of introduce themselves. You want to give it? I mean, a lot of folks know you obviously from the channel, but you want to give a little intro?
Yeah, Glenn from Mighty Manatee said once that if I was any more available, you'd wake up next to me. So, but, for those that don't know, I'm Ray Rossini, CEO of OIT VoIP, which yay, whatever, VoIP for MSPs. I'm actually very proud of being a co-moderator with Ashley of the Reddit RMSP and frequenter of MSP Geek, both on Discord and Slack, until everybody gets all the bridges for all the channels. Hint, hint. I know Gavin's in here. And general MSP community champion, making sure that everybody does right by MSPs, because MSPs do right by businesses. So, that's me.
Thank you for that, Ray. And I couldn't agree more with champion of so many folks in the chat are going to absolutely agree with that too. But let's stop delaying the inevitable. Let's get to it. Let's see. What do you got? You got your beans ready?
I got my beans.
This is worse for you because you know what you're getting into.
I knew what I was getting into. I did not. You mentioned this, and you mentioned opening this package.
Okay. All right. This is a
I
good
did open
play,
it.
Ray.
I did open it. No, I prepared.
Okay.
Not that one that just dropped on the floor. I prepared because you said it was going to be complicated, and it was, which I think is just a torture tactic. This one is pink and you probably won't be able to see that, pink and dotty.
Oh, it looks like you're either.
I
think it's either birthday cake or dirty dishwater, maybe.
No, I think this is bar for peach. I think.
Yeah.
The other two options are dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. So this is absolutely a 50-50.
Do you want to smell it? Give us a little. Let's really get into this.
See, the problem is I have a horrible sense of smell, so this is it's a crapshoot. It smells good though. It does smell good. Yeah, dead fish is the worst, Mark. That is absolutely the worst. It smells sweet, so I'm really hoping peach or strawberry banana. I don't know. You think I should just down it and see what happens?
I think you should.
I think you should just bite into it and savor it. Don't down it. Savor the moment.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Man.
No, this was strawberry banana. Yes.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Strawberry banana. That's good, because the alternate to that was dead fish.
Yes. Dead fish is the worst, by the way, in my opinion.
I don't think I've ever had dead fish. I've had rotten egg, and it's pretty terrible.
Well, as
Rotten egg
Ashley
is a
pointed
close
out,
second.
Ashley, what was your comment about the dead fish?
I was like, I've only ever eaten dead fish. I think that it was actually one of the people at Gradient that said that to me. I was like, that's a very good point.
That's a good point.
Not
So-
Newfoundland, so.
So Ray, another Festivus miracle. And now, is there? What do you? So we're starting the show here with a very positive note, and I promise, guys, we're going to get to we're going to let you really air out the grievances in a bit, in just a minute. But yeah, what do you want to share that's positive that you've seen from IT in general over the past year? What's a good feat of strength that you want to celebrate?
The fact that we just keep coming back. I mean, between Log4Shell and and AWS going down every 30 seconds, or 359 going down every other 30 seconds, the fact that MSPs still keep coming back to the table to keep on working. I'm going to go ahead and say perseverance is our feat of strength. Every dark shadow has a horizon or a silver lining, or whatever adage we want to use here. But I will say, being able to come out of it, and we're almost at the end of the year, and still not only surviving but thriving. I'll take that as a feat of strength for MSPs, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this has been we covered this in our IT Horror Fest, but man, even for that, which is in the end of October, obviously, we were like, wow, this has been an insane year. Print nightmare, all the exchange phones, like from a security perspective, patching perspective, crazy. And then, of course, we're not done yet. Like I've seen, one of my favorite memes going around about Log4j was saying like, wow, this is the worst. It was like a Simpsons meme saying this is the worst like vulnerability of the year. And then the follow-up was so far, like we still got a couple of weeks. We're not done yet.
I mean, this reminds me of like COVID. Like, remember when killer bees and like Australia on fire was the bad thing? Like,
Right.
like what was the last time somebody brought up hafnium?
Speaking of which,
was a
is
major
Australia
thing,
still on
too.
fire? I don't think we even know anymore. We don't even talk about it.
I don't know. I assume everything in Australia is going to try to kill you at some point. So, it's all good.
We may have some folks who are super early risers on the or haven't slept yet, maybe who are on the call here. We
have
need
a lot
to do
of
more for
partners down there.
Australian partners.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're gonna move along here, so it's up to me now. I've got one, and this is either going to be toasted marshmallow, one of my favorite regular Jelly Belly jelly beans. But I got to tell you, I think the Festivus miracles stop here because this does not smell like the alternative is stink bug.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not toasted marshmallow.
Eat
It's
it.
so not.
Eat it. Eat it.
You got it. It's toasted marshmallow.
How
You got it,
karma-
man.
No, it's
that's
not.
good.
How
Oh my
karma
god.
is that? How karma is that the guy that sent these to all of us got the first bad one?
He was
So-
so excited too. He's
Aren't
like, "You
you
got a
wishing you
package
also-
coming. You got a package coming."
Look at the
Oh,
face.
Aren't you
Oh my
wishing you
God.
sent us all
I
like
shouldn't
some
laugh. I'm
popcorn?
Carmen.
gotta finish it.
The thing is, oh my god. Oh,
Just
The
eat another one
descriptions-
real fast. Maybe it'll get better.
yeah. You know what happened? It's gonna be me. Like I get 10 in a row that are just like barf flavored dirty dishwasher stink bug. The descriptions on this on Amazon, and I'm sure everyone's in the chat. It's like the thing is, everyone says like, no, this is like a legit. Like they did really well.
Yeah.
And I've never eaten stink bug, but this.
This is what you
I mean,
imagine. it to
Cody's
be?
saying it's a delicacy in some places. I mean, you're winning, dude.
Cody, come
What does
on.
it taste like?
It definitely has like that, the smell from like it has like a skunky almost type of like flavor maybe. It's definitely sticking into my teeth a little bit, and so it's not going away.
I'm with Toby. You should wash it down with a dead fish.
I can't. I wish I was better describing this. I should wash it down with a dead fish, but like it totally tastes like exactly what I imagine a stink bug would have. It's like it's that smell, and now it's just all over my teeth.
Did you bring yourself some water?
Can you get some? Can you get some toothpaste next?
Oh my
Maybe try
god!
that.
Right?
I'm
Clean
gonna
it
make
up
you
with
guys.
some- There you go.
You realize we're not doing just one. Like we're gonna move on and let other people come on, but you guys we're still doing these. I'm not the
Oh,
only one.
I
who's
was
gonna do
planning
this.
for pain.
You're
I
right.
thought we had to go till we got a
Yeah.
bad one.
Oh my god!
Now I'm just hoping for COVID to kick in before I get my jelly bean, so I can't taste it.
I was waiting for someone to like make that reference.
Oh my
But
god.
like, whose
Okay.
job was it to like taste test this, right? To be like, okay, yeah, this is rotted fish. Absolutely, this is good. Like, or go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that job?
I don't
Now,
want to
did
be the
these
guy who
come
had
out
to
first?
compare, like, okay, this is what an old bandage tastes like. Yeah, old bandage.
I,
Like, how do you get
what
a,
an
how do you
amazing
get
job.
but how do you get a comparison point to what an
Right.
old bandage tastes like?
You
You
got
have
it.
to
You
be
got to go
really
in.
angry. They just found like the most angriest person. They found
Hmm.
George R. R. Martin and said, come up with as many horrible things
Terrible
to do to
things that you
people as possible.
Yeah.
Did these come first or did the birdie bots come first? That's what I'm not sure about.
I think the Birdie Boss did. That man, the thing about this one too is that there is a thing at the very end where it still tastes like a jelly bean, it's still sweet, and it makes it worse, kind of.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like you had a stink bug with like a little bit of like old jelly bean like attached to it. Okay, so my grievance, I get to share a grievance, and I'm a marketer. You know, I've been active in the community and everything, but I am not an IT person. But from my vantage point, there's a couple of things that I think I wanted to complain about, and the first one is something that we shared. I think it came out maybe a couple of weeks ago in the Wall Street Journal. The article that was basically like, IT is an island in all organizations, and we need to do away with it and distribute it. Did you like? I shared this
Yeah,
on
I
Reddit.
saw it.
Like this got some discussion on Reddit and Slack groups and everything. I'll also have a link we can drop in the chat. But so for me, like the grievance is like lingering stereotypes, right? That they're just like lazy and not true at all. In this case, it being like I think characterizing IT is like the SNL, cliche person who's just like gonna make everyone feel bad, doesn't want to actually interact with the business or people at all. And it's just, come on, like it's not helping anybody at this point. I don't think it's like a real, like someone, it just seems totally devoid from reality to me. So that's one grievance I have. Did you guys see that? Alex, I know that you and Ray checked this out.
Yeah, terrible idea.
I saw the one on LinkedIn too. They had a whole
Yeah,
article about it,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and
They're
so
like,
so
let's just make
basically,
shadow IT the norm. Essentially, is what they were saying. Let each,
Right,
let
so
each
they're
business unit, each department
Integrated into each department and not
go
have it
find their own stuff.
centralized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
decentralized IT.
And
That's
if
right.
you think about it though, back in the day, and I think there's less of that now that products have moved to the cloud. But back in the day, you had IT supporting the overall, IT capacity for the entire business. And in business units, you had subject matter experts who were the go-to person for the Salesforce or the big
PeopleSoft,
monster line of
things like
business
that,
application.
yeah.
Right. You had your subject matter experts doing that. But nowadays, you can't just go back to that. And I think this is somebody who remembers that day fondly, and hasn't thought about the fact that now we have this, and they were probably the PeopleSoft expert, right? And they haven't thought about the fact that cybersecurity now is an overarching threat to every department, and that the company has to treat it that way. So
Well,
Yeah,
you
you
can
have to
have
have some kind of
silos back
centralized
then.
control and management.
Right.
But
You
you
can
know-
have silos back then because very few things were interconnected. Now everything touches everything, and it's not the same. You
That's the
need
beauty
somebody
of the
with an
internet,
overview.
though. Anybody with an opinion can write it. They can post
Yeah.
it. They can publish it. They don't have to be right.
I don't remember where I saw it. It was in one of our communities, but somebody posted like a meme of the iceberg, and it's like the work that you see, and then all the work that the MSPs do and everything underneath. And it is frustrating, right? Because it's like you kind of just want to like shake everybody and say, if we would all just work together. But I like to flip it around and kind of think of it as an opportunity too, right? It's like we have so much availability to teach and educate in this space, and like open up those communications and try to find ways to kind of tear down those silos and say, how can we deliver what we know from here over to here? And how can we do that amongst our vendor partners? And how can we do that amongst our communities? And like, how can we help our MSPs make their clients understand the value that they bring to them? Right.
I mean, but this is something we caused on ourselves. I'll take a little accountability here, right? The old adage or the old cliche of like the IT person stuck in a closet doesn't want to talk to anybody. Everything the user does is wrong, and the user is a problem, and that combative kind of relationship. And I'm not saying it's wrong, because I've had more than my fair share of people that deleted their own apps and then can't figure out why they can't log into their app because they're not getting their their Duo message. But I was just talking about that with somebody yesterday. But at the same time, don't be surprised then when they don't want to talk to you and involve you in their decision making.
Well,
So, we have to
we're an
get
entire
past that, right?
industry.
We have to,
We're an entire industry that's in a rush to fire the customer, right? Like that drives me batty every time I hear it. Like if you want to fire half of your customers, there's only one common denominator between all of them, and we're unwilling to go look in the mirror and find that common denominator, right? We have to realize that communication isn't necessarily our strength, and we need to work on it until it is.
Well, and it extends into the whole, the PEBCAC thing, right? And just the user blaming and just having that kind of attitude, which I think, again, like it kind of falls back on the cliche. I know it's still present in a lot of ways, but I don't know. Do you guys get the sense like it doesn't seem like it's that way quite as much as it used to be, or am I wrong there? I know we all love to blame the user.
No, it does feel it's changed quite a bit. And I think that change has had a lot to do with the move toward real consulting, not just do what I say. And, the more of the conversational, what do you need? The needs assessment, the discovery, the pain points. IT people today are having more of those sales skills evolving for them than they ever had to before. And that's part of the communication, the relationship building, the understanding what the client's trying to accomplish. You can't do that without a conversation. And at the end of the day, I just like I tell all my staff, you can't be successful. You can't stand up in an Azure AD or, whatever technical solution you're trying to implement. You can't do that successfully if you don't know what the customer needs are to begin with. And that's never going to happen without a conversation.
Absolutely.
So they're getting better at that, I think.
But I think the other thing that's helping us, eliminate some of the stupid user stuff, and I use that very cliche, stupid user, not a direct shot at an end user, but specifically, I think the more things you move to the cloud that operate in a web app, it's harder to break, right? You can't delete an install file or uninstall something or install something that conflicts with something. It's much harder to break it, I think, once it's in a web app. And the move to that, I think, has also really helped us be able to deliver higher uptime, more reliability, less user broken stuff, unless of course you're on AWS East 1. I think
West yesterday.
Apparently West yesterday, yeah. So
or Melissa in the chat has the younger workforce coming in, more tech savvy. That makes a big impact on this too.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Great commentary on that, guys. And I want to move us along because we got some other guests we want to bring up, and also we got some, like I mentioned up at the top here, we got some prizes to give away, right? And I think that's everyone. That's
the most fun part. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm happy to send someone the rest of my jelly bellies when we're done. You want a prize?
I was up for trying one until I got a bad one.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We can actually go. Why don't you take another one right now? Why not? Go for it. Alex is going to give away his after he's
I'm not scared.
Alex is going to give away his after he's eaten
this.
all the bad ones or good ones. I mean,
right.
I'm going to try one here.
What do you got?
I'll do one with you, Tom.
All right.
Oh, should we all do
one here? It's
yeah.
Show it on the screen.
I think it's good to do it and just to get the faces at this.
This is what I got right here.
I got pear again. I don't think I can do the same one because I think
this might be liver and onions or cappuccino. I think.
You're getting more than one.
I
get two every
fish
time.
or strawberry.
All right,
again.
let's do this.
I'm on Tutti Frutti or Stinky Socks. This will be fun.
I really want to find the old bandage one.
Ready?
I feel
I
bad
think that's
for the
what I
guy who had
got.
to taste test dirty socks.
I'm assuming that red means old bandage because it's going to be bloody.
Oh, I think this is.
Mine's
yeah,
figs. Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Side.
Who said sniff it first? That was a terrible idea. Yeah,
What'd you get,
not
Tom?
cool.
Oh, I think I'm okay.
I'm afraid.
Oh,
Are we doing them
this
all at the
is,
same time?
I mean, this is
Jonathan,
awful
This is
too.
liver and onions.
So wait, I got mine is
least
going
that's
to be
edible.
mine's going to be the dead fish or
Yeah, I
strawberry
eat liver
banana.
and onions every week. Not a big deal, right?
I'm pretty sure
I'm going to
mine's
switch
Stinky
because that
Socks.
smelled too
I'm
nice.
almost-
I'm going to do rotten egg or buttered popcorn. This is. Oh, I thought I
Okay,
got
and
that.
Ashley, what do you have again?
I'm almost certain this is dead bandaged, old bandage.
Corey in the chat. Careful, Ray. It's going to be Cialis.
I'll let you know in 4 hours.
Somebody's going to be ready for the screenshot of all of
great.
our horrible faces.
All right, guys. Happy Festivus.
All right.
Happy Festivus.
Oh, I got a good one.
No, this is cappuccino.
No. Rotten egg.
Ah,
Cappuccino.
Mine's
Love it.
definitely Stinky Socks.
I don't know how they got the like irony taste in there.
Oh,
like-
That was pretty good.
gross.
Wow.
It tastes like blood. It's like a bloody bandage.
Have you ever left your workout clothes in the trunk maybe for a week and then smelled it? That's what stinky socks taste like.
Am I the only one?
It's
who
like
didn't get,
I can.
I'm
It's like I can taste it in my sinuses. It's
I
like
will swallow before I drink. I will swallow before I drink.
So, the rotten egg. Rotten egg, Alex. Tell me more about the stinky sock.
Oh no, yeah, the stinky sock one. It tastes like your laundry after you like go run a mile on the treadmill and then throw it in the trunk and forget about it for 4 days, or maybe a week in the summertime in Florida.
It's not going away.
Yeah, it doesn't go away either. It's around, like it stays around.
Oh my god, I can't get over it. That the fact that the bandage one tastes like blood. That's so mean.
That's terrible. Yeah. You're not setting me up to
I'm
want that
thinking
one. Ash.
It
These
tastes
are
like
not-
bloody like linen.
These are not eggs that were left on the counter or in the fridge too long. These were buried on a hot summer day and like
Those are
left for a
delicacy
week or
some
two.
places.
in,
I'm
in,
just saying.
in Florida,
Yeah.
right, Alex? Yeah.
In Florida,
In Florida. So you have the
absolutely.
Florida tank top
Yeah.
on. You should know.
In August. I saw Tony
Actually-
Francisco out there too. I'm wondering if Tony's going to reach out to Tom and be like, "Where can I get that?" That's
Tony would totally wear this.
All right,
Tony
guys.
already has
I'm
one.
glad we did that because
It's not going away.
I got the stink bug out of my mouth. That's great. So we got prizes, right? And so we have some big prizes that our lovely guest here brought. Before we get into those, though, because those are attached to bringing people on screen, right? Let's go to. I'm gonna go ahead and make my screen bigger here. Okay. Area of grievances. So we asked people to share on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Share their best IT grievances. So we've got a selection here. And let me actually, sorry, I'm supposed to launch a poll here. Okay. If you look down at the poll section, guys, you're going to be able to vote. We picked our top 5, I believe, and we're going to go over those here, and you're going to be able to see it. But you guys get to vote on which one of these is the best. I'm going to go ahead and make all these things visible, actually. Okay. So go check out the polls, and those phrases are going to make more sense in just a second. Okay. Let's see what we got. So first, what are we playing for? These guys, so whoever wins the best IT grievance is going to get this lovely trophy that we'll customize the engraving for. That's an ass-kicking grievance dispatcher trophy. You're going to get a $25 Amazon gift card, this WTF notepad. Shout out to Marnie from Lifecycle for suggesting that. And then we're also going to toss in some additional swag. I know Ray's got some good stuff, and then Ninja, we've got some shirts that we'll toss in too. So let's look at who's playing here. This is the first one. Chris Sternitsky. Okay, so what do we got here? One of my favorites was a high-level employee who put an alarm ticket for their mouse not working. I rushed over there to find them very upset and in great frustration. The issue was that they were sliding the mouse itself into the keyboard and it was stopping. I had to show them to pick up the mouse and slide it over again. This is very familiar, guys. This came up, like this story a very similar story came up during IT horror stories. We just started talking about the user blaming stuff, right?
Yeah. This is swap out the user and try again.
All right, so that's a good one from Chris. Next, we got Sebastian. So there we had inept user, but now we've got lack of compassion and understanding. Oh my goodness. When I worked in the help desk, I felt the brunt of it. Every time something went down in the company, people started calling to tell me that IT was terrible. They couldn't work without a specific server online, which I understand. But what I don't understand is you have to treat me like it's my fault as a lowly HT specialist. Couldn't do anything about it. If you told people that you didn't have an ETA and uptime and the server team was currently working on a solution, you better prepare to buckle down for an hour-long thrashing. So he's thankful to be out of that now. I'm sure this rings true for everybody, right? Who's still on help desk duties, tier 1 level and everything. Yeah, I mean, guys, I just from your experience, I mean, I know Ray and Alex and Tom, you guys have spoken all before about there being a line, right? Like there's some level of this kind of thing you have to expect. But I know you guys you really value and you're protective of your employees.
Oh,
You
yeah.
do make it clear that there's kind of a line there, right?
No, absolutely. And, with my staff, I tell them, look, I'll defend you to the end of time, but you are not allowed to lash out to a client at all. You know what I mean? But like, I feel for them. I imagine it's all like, the characters working at Disney, any kids, those are the real characters. They're not actors, but for the actors working at Disney, like, like they get beat up all day long. Help desk, it can be numbing. We try to combat that by like taking them off help desk once or twice a week, let them do something else. Cause you can only take the beat down so often, but yeah, man, it's hard.
It's a grievance for sure. Next one, Richard. This is important, guys. It's important. I mean,
the internet is run by cat
right?
videos, right?
Right.
I mean, that's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, log4j, getting in the way of the cats on the internets, on the tubes.
I love that it's the Facebook, not Facebook, the Facebook, right?
What
But
is
that was the
originally
original name.
called? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is somebody just dating themselves.
Yeah.
Around
Okay, so we get
the Facebook.
we got Robert here. We need this new PC set up here for Monday. Can you do it over the weekend? It's 4:30 p.m. on a Friday. And then you come back and it hasn't been used. Is that ringing any bells for you guys, Tom, Alex?
Yeah, we had a customer that literally would send us three new hires on a Friday late afternoon, and we knew Monday morning only one of them was going to show up, but we had to go do all the work anyway, and it happened over and over and over, and they just hired a bunch of $12 an hour people that you knew half of them weren't going to show up. So it was even worse once you knew the game and once you knew what was going to happen, you still had to go do it anyway.
Yeah, I ran into this a lot and actually ended up having to put a whole section to my contracts about when you could enter a ticket and when it would get resolved, when it wasn't an emergency, because of all of the last minute tickets of we want this done immediately, it's end of day, or pushing things onto the weekend.
Yep. Having that conversation.
Expectations.
Setting expectations, SLAs.
By the way,
what your priorities are.
I can still taste stinky socks.
Oh God.
This really just gets you into the mood, doesn't it? The grievances, just
I'm ready to be grieving. I'm grieving. That's the word.
Okay, from Tom. Biggest gripe is when customers ask what was wrong, but don't really want to know what was wrong. And yeah, okay. So he's learned to say it was a flux in the matrix, and he just leaves it there. So yeah, I mean, they want explanation, all that stuff, but do they really? Yeah, I mean, the other thing that's maybe not quite related to this, but another comment I saw, because I think this is the last one, right? Yeah. Another one I saw was, oh no, never mind. I'm going to save it for the feat of strength. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. So Ashley, does this from your experiences? I mean, you go back in IT having some experience on this side of things too. Does this kind of line up with your experiences?
Yeah, actually. Flux in the Matrix, very similar. Sounds like Gremlins in your PSA. It's the one I heard the most, right? Like, oh, this workflow didn't work properly. Must have been the Gremlins. Not just the customers, but also like as an operations person, trying to like align that internally with your like staff, right? Like making sure that they follow those things properly. Yeah,
for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go back down here and check the polls. What do we got here? So right now. We'll let the voting go on for just another second here, but we got Chris's story. The mouse isn't working. Is up at a pretty comfortable lead. Although Robert's 4:30 on a Friday is catching up too. So Chris, if you're on, are you on here, Chris? If you are, Chris is like furiously voting for himself and like getting all of his friends to too. We're gonna let that keep going for a little while, and then we'll come back to it. But let's go into best feat of strength, and then we're going to start bringing on people here. So I know we're 45 minutes in, and this has gone longer than I thought. But we've got a couple of people we're going to be bringing on right after this, and then we want to open up to you guys in the audience. So if you have time, hang with us, and we're going to give away those big prizes. Okay, so let's move right along here. Let's get into the feats of strength. And before we do that, you want to do one more round of jelly beans?
No.
Should we do it?
No, I do not.
I make
Yeah,
bad decisions
do
for
it.
a living. Why not?
I'm gonna try to go 3 for 3 and not get a bad one.
I don't know what this could possibly
got-
be.
Oh, I
And this
dropped one.
packaging is like the worst packaging. Like you have
get
to
2
work
every
to
time.
get to your bad decision. It's so
Yeah.
bad.
Right.
Okay, I got a. What is this
Got this
one?
brown and white thing.
I have
Yeah, I
brown
do
and
too.
white
I think
too.
I think that's cappuccino or liver and onions. I think that's what I
Oh.
have too.
Oh, it
Oh, I
looked
got peach.
black.
It's not the
or bark.
worst.
No, I feel like there's a lot worse in here, like a sock.
I think mine could be
Barf?
peach or barf too.
Maybe.
All right, let's
It
go
smells
for it.
bad.
All right.
Let's do it.
Oh, liver and onions.
Yeah,
It's not bad
that's
though.
awful. No,
Oh
that's
god,
not good.
barf.
that's even
It's
worse.
not good.
You got barf.
No,
Liver and onions.
Oh.
Terrible.
Liver and onions.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
that's
it gets
bad.
bad.
I think it's bad.
Let
Oh.
me save this for a second.
Oh. Oh.
It's stuck in my teeth.
Woo!
I can't even swallow it.
Oh, my stomach's rolling. Oh,
I'll just
man.
point out, guys. After starting off and you guys giving me the crap about you guys getting all the good stuff,
Oh,
I just had peach and it tastes great.
I can't even swallow it.
oh.
Not friends, Tom. Not friends.
Life is a series of valleys and troughs.
That's
I can't-
painful.
I can't wait till I
Mountains
see you
and
at an event, and I hope that Ray is there to
Right?
appreciate the level of
Yes.
drunk that you're going to
Oh,
be.
look at Ashley. She's in pain.
I did it. I was like,
Ashley, what kind did you get? That was the liver and onions.
I feel like it was liver and onions, but it's the worst thing I've ever tasted.
Terrible.
See, the liver and onions didn't
terrible.
taste bad in the beginning. It just
Oh.
got worse and worse and worse.
I was just saying, don't throw up on camera. Don't throw up on camera.
Oh no! Oh my god! Well, it's a Festivus.
Yeah, my
miracle.
stomach turned over a
didn't
couple
throw up.
times.
Yeah. Liver and onions.
Oh my
Usually
God.
it's such a small dose. 2 of those and I'd be done.
I don't like liver and onions to begin with, but as a jelly bean, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Oh, so
See, I don't mind the dish. I would eat the dish. This is
I would not, but
Oh,
no.
literally had to gargle the water a little bit.
Oh my god! And now, you have to pick your poisons. Like, do I try to get a good one to get that out of my mouth or no?
I tried to gargle some Dr. Pepper and swish it around in my mouth, and all it did was make Dr. Pepper taste bad.
I know. I think I might need to switch to some heavier stuff.
And that's got like
12,
23
right?
flavors, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
if I have to switch to heavier stuff, the webinar I have to do this afternoon is going to be really interesting.
Oh, see, this is already my second webinar. I think it was Carrie was saying, well, bourbon washes it down. So,
Oh man. Well, guys, let's get positive here. Feats of strength. Okay, so same deal as before. We're gonna have 5 entries. We got the poll already listed, so feel free to go ahead and start voting once you get a load of these. And we, again, similar things, except that we got this awesome, ridiculously Hulk busting out of a shirt trophy that we're gonna be giving away.
I love
Again,
that
with more
trophy.
swag.
Man.
It's so good, right? It's so good.
I like
I
that.
think, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Tom, it's supposed to look like you. I think.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I can see
do I get a
it.
chance?
I
Can
can
I
see
win?
it.
I want to win that.
You
sweater.
know what? Christmas is
Kind of.
coming up. I think I can get a rush order in for that.
I want to win some Altoids.
That would have been smart. Why am I so dumb?
I don't know.
So, because I'm always prepared, Scout Troop 484, I have my Altoids here.
Smart. That's why. Yep, that totally makes sense. That tracks with how organized and process oriented you are. Here's our first feed of shrink, guys. This is from Mitch. Brand new to the industry. It's got some certifications. Interviewed in February for entry role, started in March. Then April, the guy who trained me moved on to a new opportunity. Left me as the sole IT guy for a company that's doubled in size over the last 12 months. Wow. As my manager was leading 3 other teams as well. Proud to say I held down the fort for 3 months. Can't say I did it totally alone, as my manager and his manager helped when and where they could. But it was a lot like supermodels camping, pretty intense. Oh, man. Mitch, if you're out there, if you're in the audience, well done, sir. That's pretty nuts being thrown in the fire like that. That's a great feat of strength.
Pretty intense.
And I mean, you get props for that for sure. Yeah, man, that's great. And And of course, I mean, like being able to kind of go on the fly like that, being tossed in the fire, one of those things that, in a way, maybe is going to help him out in the long run. I mean, have you guys like kind of been in a situation like that with your own careers, or seen that happen to other people?
I mean, we do that pretty regularly. Like that's training for us. So
That's
like,
okay,
you know,
but I know for a fact you have lots of great training and onboarding and
we
and
do, but
documentation.
we do, but I'm also a fan of test your metal, right? Like we would do that with internship programs pre-COVID, where the interns would come in and on the second week they're doing their own projects. Like they have projects with our staff, but they would have their own projects they'd have to do also every week. Where I'd put 3 of them and I'd say, we're not going to give you the answers. We're going to trust you to be able to research and find stuff. We'll give you resources, but you're going to figure this out yourself. And that's not very different. Like even our onboarding for new staff, week 1 is platform training. Week 2 is on the job training. Week 3 is being shadowed. You're doing the job yourself. And so, yeah, I'm a big fan of throwing people trial by fire.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Oh, I love this is verified. Best feat of IT strength. This is from John. Using the database with changes and providing a report of work to do before the person that was asking for the changes being made had stopped talking. Took me about 2 minutes to do the whole lot. That's a pretty big flex. Like as you're like on the call with like getting like the request, you're like, yeah, I did it. Although I feel like you got to be careful with that. Like you're almost going to get too good and be like, now you're expected to to solve everything in a finger snap.
Yeah. Over deliver.
Or you deploy an untested change and take down the whole database, whatever.
I think like
Never done that before, ever.
Right,
No.
right. It's never happened at Lifecycle, I can just say.
doing things with data in general, like being able to like use the insights that you have in front of you to solve for problems that people would assume take so long, and then you're like, yep, got it right here. I think that's one of my favorite things to do.
Oh man,
my favorite is when you reboot a server remotely using DRAC or IDRAC or ILO or whatever, and that 60 seconds of like waiting for something to happen
back?
again.
No kidding.
That like your heart's in your throat, your breathing is stopped, and then finally you see the BIOS or the UFI screen. You're like,
I had an employee.
That's the best feeling.
I had an employee with LabTech one day accidentally run a script to reboot an entire company of 180 employees at noon. Right. Instead, he had scheduled everything for a reboot at midnight,
lunchtime,
and he did it at noon instead. So
Took everyone down.
Yep.
That was probably my biggest grievance when I was at an MSP, was like having to do those maintenance tasks. And so you're up at 8 p.m. to midnight doing that and like rebooting and kind of like that sweat that you feel. But like when you always have that one client that has that one server, this was in 2010, but like you kind of have to like hit it with a stapler, but only on a Tuesday for it to turn back on. And you still have to manage it. It's like,
let's just say that after that, our reboot window was 23:45, not 11:45. And that was
I tell new hires, you're going to screw up. You're absolutely going to screw up, but don't worry, because the worst screw up in the entire company is still mine. In 2018, I made a name change to a firewall rule that SonicWall thought, hey, let's reboot anyway. And so it was something like 3,000 or 4,000 phone users on that core got restarted for 60 seconds. Yeah. So that was all me. Never again. And that was like at 2 p.m. So yeah. So
as a new dispatcher, having to like send a message to your on-call tech to be like, I'm sorry, can you drive 2 hours to go turn this server back on for me and wake up the client? And yeah, not fun.
That's how you make someone's grievance list for sure. Oh man. Okay. So in the interest of time here, we're going to move quite along. Curtis, I love this kind of flex too. This is something that Tom has talked about a lot in live chats of like, he's just saying like, hey, a feat of strength is being able to take vacation. And declare it. And I think that that's actually like the fact that is like considered a remarkable thing is unfortunate, but I think it's totally how a lot of us feel, right? Like, hey,
I know I went my first 5 years, not a single like real vacation. And
Only
not,
5?
not even, and then 5, and then yeah, I mean, you probably went 20, but
It's
I went
closer to
5,
10.
and then I was like, I learned how to actually let go and leave it up to other people. And I like to tell people it made the rest of my team stronger because they stood up and they took matters in their own hand and they handled it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember going to an IT Nation, and the first day I was on fire because it felt like I had to be on my phone 24/7, responding to client stuff, responding to staff stuff. And I finally broke down to my wife, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm disconnecting tomorrow. Like, I'm done. I'm here at the conference to do conference things. And I go, and I didn't even leave the hotel that first day. And so I said, I'm disconnecting. Tomorrow I'm turning my phone off. You will not be able to reach me. Figure it out. Turned out to be one of the best things I ever did because the staff responded phenomenally. And, you know, it hurts a little. They don't need me. But, you know,
Exactly.
this is from the guy that took a laptop on his honeymoon in 2011. So, you know, this was a major step forward. Again, that trial by fire, but it worked great. So.
Oh, man. So guys, I just I think we got to get our guests on. We got to get one more through here. And I see that people are voting. Thank you for voting. All these are so awesome, and I thank you for everybody for submitting them. I really want to get our other guests on, so let's go through this really quickly. This is Daniel. This is a pretty this is a powerful one, right? So he had a business partner who passed away early in the year. Condolences, Daniel. And for 6 months, he was solo operating all he could. Taking everything on and trying to navigate that. The bright side is he didn't lose a single client through that, and in fact he gained a few more. And so he's looking ahead to next year it's like a whole new ball game for him. So obviously a very devastating thing, but he powered through, and he's looking ahead to a future that is looking pretty bright for him. So I mean that. I love that this time of year is a chance for us to all kind of, like, it's cheesy, right? But it's a chance for us to all kind of reflect back and think about goals. I mean, I know talking with our friend Kelvin Teglar, he makes it a point to actually take time at the end of the year to really, truly do that, to get out of the day-to-day stuff and think about what are my real goals for next year. I'm going to reflect a little bit. I think it's important. Okay, so let's see, guys. We got the sweater thing first, but let's check in on the polls and congratulate our winners here. So, best IT grievance, Chris, you held on there, buddy. So congratulations to you for that grievance about the user who didn't know how to use their mouse. But they got the best speed of strength here. We got Michael prepared for remote work in January of 2020. I'm sorry, Michael, we didn't even really discuss that much, but I know that's something that's come up on these calls a lot is like the pandemic. I mean, awful in so many ways, but one bright side is, man, like it's kind of like IT's time to shine, right? And that's something that I know has come up a lot, where people sharing stories of like, yeah, we were totally prepared for it, and we had very little disruption, and that's an incredible flex. And that was true in 2020, and I think it still holds true for this year too. So that's cool to see. Okay, let's go back to ugly sweater really quickly, guys. This is my favorite one, I think, actually, my favorite contest. So again, another trophy. Look at this beaut. This is coming from some beautiful person on Etsy has a collection of like bad sweater trophies. So we're gonna give you one of those. Here's the first entry. We got William here. Looks like, oh man, Minesweeper sweater. Oh, so good.
That.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, well done, William. We got Melissa here, group shot. I do like the Joy to the Realm. That's pretty fantastic. We got Michael he had comments in his share here. I think those are his bosses. So he's doing a little customization there. Oh man, I love Ted. Ted, you're the man. Such a good one.
He must have just
glitter
had that
vomiting unicorn. Right?
And Ted looks really happy about that sweater.
Yeah,
that
really
unicorn,
good.
that unicorn absolutely got bean boozled for sure.
Ted looks like he's about to eat a bean boozle. He's not very excited to be here.
But I love it, Ted. I hope
I love it. It's a great sweater.
Although look at Graham's too. This is just terrifying. Like, what even is going on here?
It's like reverse Medusa. Is that like
I love the collar. That's
right? I like that he feels like he could mop up if he needed to, like just
Right.
do one of those things.
You have a heck of a contest going on here too. There's like 38 and 39% back and forth between
Ted
between
and
William and Ted. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's go back into his.
The vomiting unicorn's kind of taken over.
Oh, William, Ted, vomiting unicorn.
The unicorn's
Yeah, I
running
gotta
away
vote for
with
my man Ted just because
Oh.
the happiness. I feel his happiness.
it.
Ted, I can't wait to give Ted this trophy. I really hope that Ted, if you're out there listening, that you can give us another picture of you with the trophy, looking equally ecstatic. Oh man, so good.
We should send all the winners some Bean Boozled and let
I
them
think-
take video of themselves doing what we've suffered
It's
through.
supposed to be a prize,
like
Alex.
fish
Come on.
insurance at a steak and dough.
Yeah.
Like before you can win, you have to swallow a fish if you don't get the fish insurance.
I think we need to reevaluate what Alex thinks a prize is.
Yeah, I think that's
Life is like a
true.
box of chocolates, man.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna move on to our big prizes in just a second. That's when we're gonna get people on. We have a half hour left for those who want to come on board. Let us know. Ask the question or in the comments if you want to volunteer to come on board. Let us know, and we're gonna give away some big prizes. I actually just previewed one by accident. We're giving away this sweet chair. These are big prizes, guys. So stick with us for just a little bit longer. But I'm gonna drop this my screen for a second. And I want to bring on our other guests who have been very patient. And I hope they're still waiting. I've taken up so much of their time. First up, we got George Dowderman. He is CEO of Valiant Technology. They're an MSP based out of New York City. George is accepting and connecting. Thank you so much, George, for hanging around. I hope this has been entertaining for you. George is going to share a grievance and something that he's proud of too. And we also did send George the beans. He got the beans too, so we're gonna ask him to do one.
We all got to do another one.
Isn't his job hard enough? He has to work with Matt.
George.
Hey, George, long time no see, man.
I know, man. Hey, Roy.
Just George, or are we all doing one, Jonathan?
I gotta tell you, when I got these, I got scared. I thought it was some kind of internet prank. Like I didn't know who sent these, Jonathan. And then I was like looking at the packaging. I got really nervous. I was like, man, someone's messing around me. And then I read this. I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of. And now I'm going to eat one.
And yet you're here.
I've been watching you guys eat
have
these
what
for the
you're
last
watching.
hour, and I'm like nauseous thinking about it. I'm scared.
Oh man.
All right, this is going to go bad.
I've got one that looks like it could be booger or pear.
Are we all doing it?
One that's kind of a white color.
I'm good for bad decisions. I got white with like pink and blue.
Yeah, I think that's what I have.
Dirty dishwasher or birthday cake?
I got pear. It's delicious.
Oh man, I got a pink one.
Dishwasher.
I think this is peach or barf. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think
so-
I've only got bad ones.
So is this regular pink? Is regular pink dead fish?
I got birthday cake.
Nice, Tom.
So this is a regular. I don't know what you guys. What do you guys assume this is?
Oh, I got
think-
barf.
What color is it?
Pinkish.
Pink.
It's barf or peach.
Yeah, barf is
All
awful.
I
If you
needed
wanted to know,
whiskey,
I already.
scotch to wash
I've
it
had
down.
the
If
bar
I
with
got bad
that.
ones, so
All right, you guys ready? You guys ready?
Go for it. Go for it, George.
Oh,
Barf.
first
It
try.
starts off okay.
Oh my
starts
God.
off okay, and then it tastes like barf.
Wow, that's really like
Barf.
it's getting denser, more flavorful. Let's get hints of barf. Hints of rough night. I might have had too many.
how accurate is it?
Oh, wow, that was really disgusting. Thank you, Jonathan.
You want to do another one, George? We've all done like 4 each.
Do
No.
you have your scotch nearby? I was
Wow,
told
it might-
scotch helps bring it down.
It's in the fillings.
I don't
And
even
this,
like
and this is
Scotch
the last
on
time that George comes on one of these with us, guys.
Oh, it's all right. I'm a glutton for punishment, Jonathan. So I enjoy. Yeah,
Well, you're in
I work with
IT.
Matt. So
Yeah, and you work with Matt Fox.
yeah.
Um,
So whew,
so
wow.
well, now that you have that on your palette, what do you think, George? We're curious. So you want to share a grievance, a feat of strength, both? What do you think? What do you got to share?
I'm gonna go with feat of strength. Actually, I think that I think that interestingly enough, I was saying Matt and I were talking about this the other day, and I think the big thing is, and one of the other folks here put it on there was that I think a lot of us have been preparing for this pandemic for years, particularly and getting ready for like kind of remote work and all this stuff. And I think that the feat of strength was that so many people got to be able to work remotely in this past year and do the job well. It's been a massive shift in our industry and in the world and everything. So I think the feat of strength was that things worked as well as it did in the past 18 months or 2 years or whatever hell it's been. I think that's an amazing feat of strength personally. So my grievance is a whole different thing. It's just, I'll get there in a second. I think I need to eat another one of these Jelly Bellies before I get there. But
Before you get into the grievance, okay.
Yeah.
And actually,
the barf was terrible.
Oh my God. Well, actually, while you do that too, I want to bring on Tom. I'm just gonna, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna drop you for just a second to bring on
cool.
Drew, because Drew has been waiting patiently
No problem.
for us too. Okay, Tom, I'll bring you right back. And this is our crowdcast limitations. But I'm gonna bring on Drew. And while I'm doing that, so George, you mentioned you've got a different grievance.
Yeah.
And let's hear it before you subject yourself to another jelly bean.
Well, I think once again, another grievance was really just a lot of it was around how mean people have gotten.
Oh wow.
On service, people have gotten meaner than they've been before. That was my, I said this job has always been hard beforehand, but I think people are even less patient than they were 2 years ago because they just think there's so much pressure on them. So in one breath, it's great, this work from home thing, but I think there's a lot less patience of people. So it's like everyone needs to calm down and understand that things are harder than they were. And I think that's if we could just, have a little more understanding of each other. So I think that my grievance would be, hey, be nice. And it runs from everything from us getting servicing our customers and working with our clients to food service or hospitality. I mean, here in New York, we read over and over again, people are just mean and miserable to one another. So
isn't that just New York though?
Yeah, well, we're by general meaner by nature, but I just think I think that's my grievance is this not pleasantness. So
wow. Yeah, I mean, do you think just levels of everyone being stressed out? Also having probably like less of the face-to-face time with people, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
it dehumanizes. We always have a joke here at Valiant. Everyone's a tough guy over email, but when you're sitting across the table from someone, no one's really all that hard-assed. I don't know if I can say that here,
like
but it's really true. It's like I've never had someone really get my 15 plus years, maybe twice, someone really truly get my face in person. But over a phone or email, man, there's some real email muscles, out there. So tough
That's why
guys.
we need to bring humanism back, right? Like start remembering that we're not, even though we're B2B, in a lot of cases, it's still C's that are inside that business, right? You're still dealing with people, and just got to remember that. And I think that we've forgotten that along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Drew Hackworth, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and so I like you coming hot right out the gate with the New York comment. Drew, you're based in Florida.
Yes, Florida man, through and through.
Close to Ray. I can't remember where you're at.
Close in spirit, not that far physically. So yeah,
there's a whole Everglades like right between us, so you can't like go straight through. You have to go down and over or over and down.
There's a distance thing you have to have for between Florida people. So yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's fair. That's understandable. Drew, thank you so much for being patient and waiting. As a reward, do you want to treat yourself to a jelly bean before you share your feat of strength?
Let's see what we got here. Boom, boom. Oh, like 3 came out.
Do all three.
Eat them all
Just
at
mix
once.
it up.
So
Oh
I'm
my
going to
God,
start with the blue
three.
one since it fell in my
Oh,
lap.
see, that's.
The blue's the
Toothpaste.
safest.
I mean, blue's berry blue or toothpaste on my thing. That doesn't sound bad either way.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I think
definitely-
that's
I had a-
probably the best one to get.
I had the
I've eaten,
toothpaste last time.
yeah,
That's
I've
definitely
eaten
toothpaste.
I've eaten toothpaste for fun.
It just tastes like you're
right?
fresh
I mean-
now. Your mouth is
Yeah.
all fresh. You're ready.
Who doesn't like Aquafresh? I mean, yeah, I'll do a light blue one. I don't know what
Oh,
this
so
is.
are we eating another one? Oh God.
So this, I got
Yeah,
this
it's
the Tutti
toothpaste.
Frutti or
That's a
Stinky
win.
Socks.
Oh, I'm peach and barf again. I was hoping
It
for
was
a
refreshing.
toothpaste.
It wasn't tasty, but it was very.
But looking in here, there are fewer blue than anything else. So
Oh.
it's like,
Oh, you
Yeah,
took the
they-
lid
they
off
know.
of it. What'd you do? You
Got
broke
another
it.
barf. That's terrible.
yeah, I couldn't figure out how to open it, so I took the lid off. You know, just Hulk smash. I'm like,
Oh.
Oh man, you got the
Oh,
barf.
I think I have an old bandage.
oh.
That one seems like the worst for me. I'm just
Well,
gonna pound. a
Ashley
bunch
says you can
until I get
taste
better.
the iron. So,
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Wow, that's hints of blood. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Whoa. Oh. Oh my God! It's stuck in my teeth.
I pulled out a blue one and smelled it to see if it smelled like either berry or toothpaste,
Yeah,
and it smells just
Ugh.
like all the vomit and other stuff that's going on. Like,
exactly. I just had the same
everything in
experience.
this jar smells like
Jonathan, can I stick my hand in my mouth to get it out of my teeth? Is that okay? Can I do that on camera?
I don't know.
Here,
how
let's
that
just get you.
works.
Let's just get you off.
No, I'm good. I did it already. I'm fast. I don't, I'm from New York. We move quick.
yeah.
see
toothpaste
that's
is a
the
good
thing.
win
Like when
after
I did
this,
the hot chocolate challenge with Tom Lawrence, he didn't tell us that like don't chew it, because that's the problem. When you chew it, it gets stuck in your teeth and then it just
Oh.
stays there. It's so bad. Him as an expert, him and his wife Cass, they just put it on their tongue and let it melt, which is less worse than having it stuck in your teeth.
less worse.
So yeah,
Oh,
you can't
God,
do that with this. You have to chew these. Like these are
Wow.
I just
That
had
was
rotten egg.
so bad. That
you need to keep a blue one on deck just in case.
Right? I just had a rotten egg while I have an egg sitting in front of me. This is
it's like layering.
Oh, but that's
Actually-
all bacon, so that makes everything better.
True.
Yeah.
there's no
Actually,
bacon flavor.
I think after
Oh.
getting that first one that was good, like you've gone on a pretty rough stretch here.
I had not had a good one since the first one.
Oh,
Me neither.
That's why
got-
I have scotch sitting right beside me.
Yeah.
As you do. As you
it's,
do.
it's afternoon on the East
I was
Coast.
waiting.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're literally fine now. You can start
yeah, I
with
will.
impunity.
Well, hey, Drew, you want to take? You've been waiting for so long. I'm very
patient.
curious to hear. I know you are. You're a patient man. But I would love to hear about a grievance or a feat of strength. What would you like to share?
I think I'll share a grievance just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I got toothpaste, even though toothpaste wasn't bad. I think one of the biggest grievances I have is our industry as a whole. We tend to, I've it's just a lot of things I've seen lately, and I wasn't going to take this too seriously, but I see a lot of just real negative people, and I think it comes from where we do sit behind keyboards so much. Like somebody was saying, like George was talking about keyboard warriors, working with people. I just wish as an industry we were more better towards our customers and other industries and stuff like that. But that's really my
It's hard though, because I mean, let's be
reasons.
honest, we're in an industry where nobody calls to go, hey, it's Tuesday, everything's wonderful, I love you guys, click.
This is a fact.
Like no help desk ever gets that. So our people get beat up on a regular basis. I understand it, but I totally appreciate what you're saying. Like we have to find
Yeah.
a way to realize that people only call us when their hair's on fire. And
I think a big piece of it is, and this is something we try to stress is that they're very upset because they're not doing they're not able to do what they're doing. So
Yep.
you have to almost walk in their shoes a little bit to kind of like humanize it. Once again, to go back to the human thing, and and the thing is, when someone crosses a line of being rude to our staff or vice versa, you have to nip it in the bud. Like we actually terminated clients over it. Over someone being absolutely rude to our staff and being, because I think it has to be that way. You have to protect your team. But vice versa, our team has to be equally, if not better, to the clients. And it's not about customer service. It's about being empathetic to their situation. They're literally, they're stuck. They can't get their work done. They're on deadline. So I think Drew, you 100%. It has to be just kind of like, hey, when we go, well, let's kind of walk each other's shoes a little bit.
It's a little give and take, and even when I find
Yeah.
myself being a little, getting in my head like, oh my god, why aren't you getting this? I have to remember that I probably couldn't do the job they're doing, or at least
Yeah.
as well as they are.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's something that would be, I hate using this term, like low skilled, like I don't know what's low skilled anymore. There's just low pay jobs, but
Whatever it is that I do.
they're
Team
Right,
mascot. That's my
Ray.
job. It's a low skill job.
Yeah, no, I'll take it.
Life
I'm
cycle
here
No,
playing
no.
with this,
Yeah.
which is my favorite gift this year, which is this is my gift. My wife knows me. She gets me this. I've been playing with this nonstop for the last 2 days. This is like, yeah.
but
But
yeah, I
go
mean,
back to being productive and like being, useful to the MSP community. I'll go back to playing with this. So,
yeah. I'm useful. I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean that's probably like my biggest area of grievance. Just I've seen a lot of it lately, and it's just kind of gotten to me in certain aspects, especially. And I just I just wish we were a little more. And I see us getting better, and especially the community that I interact with, whether it's MSP Geek or the communities I'm on Discord. People like that smelly guy, Kevin Teg.
I believe it's Tech
Cabin.
Alar.
Yeah. So I mean,
Kevin,
it's I see people really driving that change and pushing it to be better, and it rubs off.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's also an airing of grievance and a feat of strength, because we're pushing that change in our industry.
Mhm.
Aspiration.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of how
You know
I
what I
see
think
it
it might
too.
have to do with also, like, I was having this conversation with George on the Valiant live stream just before this was, we didn't have in the very early days, we didn't have the big MSP communities. I didn't have like, group of people I could just talk to on my level that knew the frustrations I was going through of the computer. The client said they never download anything and they reboot the computer every day and they don't have any printer problems whatsoever. Liars. So, but like being able to talk, like, my outlet is today still, our MSP Geek, thankfully now on Discord and Slack and MRU and IT Pool Party and everywhere else, and these live streams, right? The MSP live chats, and being able to just talk to others that have gone through the same angst, and just it kind of walks you off the ledge a little bit. Right, like being able, and just being able to get that out and have that conversations, it gets you a little more well-tempered to be able to, and a little better prepared to go back and talk to that client and say, did you check for a paper jam, or like that kind of thing.
Right.
You made plugged in.
You realize you've got people backing you up and they're in your corner, even like I was saying, like when that whole like Botgate thing was going down with the Ashley Cooper, I didn't realize how many advocates I had until then, right? Like I got like Jason and Gavin and like all these people and Drew like saying like, hey, like sticking up for my honor and stuff. And it was just like, oh, like these are people that truly care about you, and they're there for you if you need assistance, and like you have a place where you can go and say, hey, how does this work? But it all comes down to trust too, right? And that comes from the top. Like we, like the vendors in the community have to do a lot to like instill that trust that they're there for you, and so then you can then focus on doing the same for your partners and clients.
Well, look, as vendors, it's not much different, right? Our customers are often frustrated with us because they come to us for a solution and we have to figure out how to solve it for them, right? I mean, we're problem solvers just like our customers. And sometimes we don't get it right. And as an industry, sometimes the industry as a whole, the vendors have gotten it wrong a lot. So, it's no different being on the vendor side, other than the fact that, the 911 center can still receive calls. When I screw up as a vendor, when I was an MSP, that was an issue at 2:00 in the morning on Saturday, right? So we have it a little easier on the stress level side, unless you're running SSO or IT glue or one of those crazy things. But there are and or phones, right? So never mind. You guys pick terrible lines of business over here on the business analytics side. Ashley and I are like,
Nobody
yeah, whatever,
says
down,
nobody says I
listens
can't do
for
my
5 minutes.
QBR at 2 a.m. Nobody's ever complained about that.
Never. However, when AWS East goes down, people start sending you Slack
Right.
messages. Yeah,
Hey, friends don't let
I'm
friends
thinking-
host in US East 1.
but
That was funny.
it's West 2, man. West
Ashley,
2.
can you get me a hookup for a job? I think I'm in the wrong profession.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over with you guys at Gradient. Go do something else.
Yeah, we're in the
Guys.
need of a bot. If you,
Interested.
The Ray bot.
it was really funny last night. We did our at Gradient. We were doing our Christmas virtual Christmas party, and we were visiting this Italy. We had this Italian host, and she was like, "Okay, we're gonna break you up into 2 teams," and I was put into team 2, and then they were like, "Okay, put your number beside your name in Zoom," and so as I'm typing it, I'm like, "Ashley number 2," and I'm like, too close to home.
Actually, you brought up being not really knowing how many advocates you had and seeing that, and that's something that was definitely apparent with that. But I've noticed this just recently with Ray, you do such a good job of this on LinkedIn. There's been a couple of cases where there's been work that's shared that hasn't been cited or attributed to the original source. This happened recently with Log4j stuff, and a vendor taking work that our buddy Jason Slagle and the folks at Huntress, John Hammond and others there had put together this really great tool to be able to roll out some testing. And it was picked up by another vendor who didn't attribute it. And you were so quick to jump on them for that. And that, of course, there's an element there of there's the airing of the grievance, right? To that vendor, hey, this is not cool, which needed to happen.
Just say it. In a community, if you're gonna pick up somebody's work and call it your own, of all the people to pick from, right? Huntress is giving out stuff for free.
Right.
Ninja's always giving out stuff for free, sharing wealth of knowledge. The people that pick up Kevin's stuff at my blog that he hosts for
Kevin's
me at
never done
cybertrade.com.
anything for anybody. Come on.
Right? All this public information, then to go do it as your own. At least give some attribution back. That was so that was so
It was poorly handled.
tone deaf.
Well,
It was
that's
trying to be
what-
done. And I can do the thing. It was Trend Micro. They suck. I can do the thing because Jonathan's a nice guy. I don't have to be. So
but also the point I think from a marketing standpoint, it's always better to call people, to include people and attribute them, and then they're going to share it too. And so it's just a dumb move too. But I think there's a flip side element to that goes along with it. The other side is there's a bit of reprimanding that you did, but there's also the promoting and the lifting up that you do, which included hey, anytime we see each other doing good work, and this extends to everybody in the community, and I think people do a really good job at this, but it'd be cool to see it happen even more. Is just celebrating our wins, right? And when we do good things, doing that in a public way, I think it's something that's so. It doesn't take a lot of time, but I could be better at it certainly.
how hard
makes
would
a big
that be to
difference.
say? How hard would that be to say Huntress did such a phenomenal job? Huntress and Jason Slagle, which doesn't work for Huntress, but you would never guess by the amount of stuff he contributes back. But that grouping of brilliant minds did such great stuff in the community. We're taking their open source that they gave freely, and we're going to put on our own website to get the word out even farther. How hard would that have been?
Throw a link
You know what I
back
mean?
to it. Just
Zero-
just-
zero-
Right.
Zero effort
Yeah.
for such a big gain and reward.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're gonna hear anything about Ninja's new improved Microsoft partner portal today that they developed themselves?
As long as they change it to their color code, nobody will ever know. Get rid of the orange, replace it with some nice, pretty Ninja colors. Who'd be any of the wiser?
There will be lots of attribution, I promise you, if such a thing were to happen.
So let me tell you about the Lifecycle Insights partner portal. It's green and blue.
Okay, let me. We only got a couple minutes left, guys, and we got to give away these big prizes. So, George, Drew, thank you so much for taking time. Thank you for sitting tight and wait for us. I'm really glad you came on. Feel free to eat some more jelly beans if you want, or
I'm good,
George,
man.
give them to Matt.
Oh
Share
no,
with the team.
Matt's already has to take him next week for his visit in the office. He's already been slated for at least 2 or 3. So good to go.
Is it barf?
Drew's
is
going to
either-
do one for the road.
No
Is it
thanks.
Yeah, I'm not
man.
sure what this is. I think
It's
it's either
barf,
strawberry
isn't it?
banana smoothie or dead fish.
Oh man, you're Dangerous.
All right. Well, George, thank you so much. Drew, we'll keep you on for your reaction. George, happy
Thanks, everyone.
Festivus, sir.
Happy Festivus to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have like reactions in my mouth at seeing other people react to ones that I've eaten.
It's like flashbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not okay.
And Drew, on that note, happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus.
Hey, your holidays can only get better
This
from
is his
here.
grievance right here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Your holidays will only get better from here. Now
Happy
go be mean
Festivus,
to
sir.
now go be mean to somebody in Texas.
Yeah. there you
Exactly.
go.
That's my goal. That's what I'm doing. You're dumb.
All right. Thank you again, sir.
Later, man.
All right, guys. So I'm going to pull Tom back on, and I'm going to pull up the slides again, guys. Thank you so much for staying on. It's been an hour and a half. This has been so much fun. We want to give away the prizes real quick, and we got some really good ones. So I got some names. I asked the team here to pull people at random who are live here in the chat, and so we'll see if they're still around or not. But let me share my.
Left already.
I know, right? So let me see. I'll share my screen so we can do the unveiling here. And then I'm also going to pull Tom back on. So we can get one more look at that sweet, sweet tank. So invited Tom back on. Okay, guys, here we go. So the first prize we're giving away, this is from us. This is from Ninja. And we're giving away a Secret Lab Omega gaming chair. This is so much better than the chair I have. I'm kind of jealous of this. But the winner is Valentino. I'm going to mispronounce your last name. I apologize for that. But Tarapid. So Valentino, if you're still on the line here, you are the proud winner of our Secret Lab Omega gaming chair. Congratulations. Happy Festivus to you, my friend. We originally had wanted to give more time for people to come on the air. We're still gonna. I'll stick around for a little bit longer and let people do that. But let's get through some of these prizes again. You're gonna get off.
Very nice.
You're gonna get this prize, sir, without having to come on. So lucky you. It's a Festivus miracle. So the next prize, just skip down here. This is from Alex from you guys. Do you know what you're giving away? I've got.
I'm as surprised as everybody else. Yeah, no. I heard it might have been like an Oculus headset or something.
It is an Oculus headset.
Hey.
Another Festivus miracle. And it looks like the winner that we have here is Jessica Rukowitz. Jessica, congratulations. You're going to be in the metaverse.
These things are awesome. By the way, you're going to love
You can hang out with Ray in the metaverse.
There's an asterisk there. You don't see it, but everybody who wins Oculus Quests in our industry has to become friends with me.
Oh, because in the metaverse,
Yeah,
with a fake Ashley is what you're saying.
well, actually, yeah, I should put her as my profile picture.
Oh, you totally.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You totally should.
Congratulations, Jessica. That's awesome. Great gift from Lifecycle. Okay, what do we got next? Let's go to Ray. I love your gift, man. I'm jealous of this too. You picked out a great one. You're holding it up on there. This is the DJI.
I liked it so
Mini
much
2.
I bought one for me. So,
Yeah, you want to talk about this a little bit? Like you played around with it, right?
I bought it last week because I will not give anything to the MSP community I have not thoroughly tested myself. So I bought this and I've been flying it out every morning and every evening. I'll put some YouTube videos in the chat. It is awesome. And true story, I'll make it quick. I know we're short on time. Somebody hit my car yesterday while I was parked with my wife in the parking lot waiting for a package, and I was flying the drone. And because it'll just hover if you let it go. The shock of getting my car hit by this lady that wasn't paying attention, I let go of the controller and it just hung out 200 feet above us, just waiting for me to finish talking to the lady and come back, which was pretty awesome. So, yeah.
Oh man,
Fun stuff.
And I like how the comment someone mentioned it's just been blacklisted. So this is contraband, Ray. This makes this even
Really?
sexier.
Oh, nice.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I can't wait to check out these YouTube videos. I'm super jealous of this. And actually this is kind of cool. So Anthony had the comment, "Oh Lord, DEF CON drone videos calling my name." And Anthony, you in fact are the winner. So
Nice.
fantastic, buddy. I'm glad that you're excited about this. Congratulations. It's a Festivus miracle again, another one. And Anthony, maybe you'll get a box of barf beans too. Who knows if Ray's going to throw that in or not. And then last but not least, we don't have a picture for this, Ashley. I'm sorry to say. But you guys are also giving a cool prize. We're going to leave this to the imagination a little bit.
I think I sent it to you, but yeah.
Oh man, you sent it to me. Okay, well let's see if I can get. Well, you go ahead. You can give some description about the make or whatever.
Oh,
So you're giving away a 3D printer.
So yeah, I've never played with a 3D printer, and I want to. And so to Ray's point of, I should try it out as well. So I'm going to use that as a good excuse here. But yeah, I've heard that they're fun. So
yeah. Oh man, yeah. Again, like I am so jealous. My grievance is I don't have any of these things, and I want them. But the winner here, let's see what we got. We have Cynthia, and I'm going to mispronounce your last name too. I'm sorry. Toroxic. Congratulations, Cynthia. If you're here on the line, you are the proud winner of a 3D printer. I would love to see what you're going to make with this thing.
Yeah.
That would be super cool to see. And guys,
maybe you can 3D print some better tasting jelly beans.
They couldn't make them any worse. That plastic stuff can't taste that bad. Chris S says he will eat all the jelly beans for a 3D printer. So now we're all going to have to FedEx our leftovers to Chris and let him eat them all live on a webinar and maybe hook him up with an extra printer.
I think that seems like a pretty fair bargain. But yeah, we got to have video evidence, I think.
I'll pay to get rid of them. I'm just saying.
And so everyone on the screen, we're sorry. We once again, even though we spaced this out for an hour and a half, I thought that'd be more time. Of course, we had a good conversation and it took a little bit longer. If you want to share, we can continue the conversation. I'll drop a link to a Slack group here in the chat where you can drop in. And if you want to share some grievances, we can do that there. But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. But we hope this has been fun. Thank you so much, Alex. I think in the team at Lifecycle, Ashley, and your awesome team at Gradient, Colin, and everybody else. Ray, you're the man. And Tom Watson, our Santa Claus himself. Thank you so much, guys. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you've had fun too. I hope that you get the barf and jelly bean dirty sock flavor out of your mouth. Ashley, it may take a little bit more Jaeger. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I might have to mix the scotch and the Jaeger for it to fully go away.
That's going to be next year's jelly bean.
But guys, thank you so much. I mean, I think maybe some parting thoughts. We can do that really quickly if you guys are up for it. My parting thought is I'm just so a feat of strength, that's something to be thankful for, I guess. Like I'm thankful for everyone here. I'm thankful for everyone on the call. This community is really amazing, and I'm very thankful that we have my low skill job is to like get everybody together and have fun like this. I super appreciate you guys, and I definitely encourage everyone on the call to check out. Like, not only are these good people, we're all working on good stuff that is everyone's very aligned with helping MSPs and IT folks out there. So check out their products, check out what they're offering. Have conversations with us, even if you're not going to do that. These are all good people, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, Ray, you want to any parting thought from you?
Yeah, no, I mean, single greatest thing I'm thankful for is I have made some amazing friends in the community over 2020 and 2021, including all of you. So, I think it's awesome. Definitely reach out in the communities. I spend more time there than my actual day job. So, hit me up on Geek or Reddit or anywhere else. Love chatting with MSPs every day. It's fun. And thanks for having me on, Jonathan and Tom. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll share links to anyone who's not in those communities. We'll put that in the links in the follow-up email too, because they're great resources. Alex, how about yourself?
I don't have anything that I can add after all this. I think, this community is fantastic. I love being engaged in it. No longer being an MSP and being on the vendor side is certainly a pivot and a change, but I feel like I'm getting to do something valuable again and really helping MSPs grow their business. And that was something I kind of lost at my MSP when I became the HR guy and the operations guy and the sales guy. And I stopped getting to fix things and help people. And I really felt like it was missing from my life. So it's something I get to do again. And I'm grateful for that. I'm really enjoying where I'm at. And, the fact that we've got great partners like Gradient, like OIT, and Ray and his crew were the first ones even to give us any exposure in the community, right? Our first webinar was Ray's partner first webinar. So, to have made all these friends and to be able to do these things and call this a job, I'm just blessed and having a blast.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. So cheers to that. Oh wait, no.
I may have one more, but Ashley, any parting thoughts from you?
Yeah, I guess I would say that my parting thoughts would be like, find way to turn those grievances, or think about those grievances that you come up with every day, and find ways to turn them into your strength. Like we've got a lot of some underlying themes going on around trust and around, oh, you can hear my background here, but how can we break those silos, and how can we build that trust? And, like a lot of those things we're in 2021, we have a lot of tech, we have a lot of vendors that are doing great things, like it's one of the reasons I joined Gradient. They're doing such great things. And, like we've got, like, you guys are just doing such awesome things too. So we can all band together and kick those grievances right over to the strength side.
I love it. And then last but not least, Tom.
Yeah, great. I appreciate this. And, this is my 24th year in the channel, working for MSPs and owning one. I've worked on the vendor side for a few years, and it's just amazing to still stay connected to people and meet new people. And it's been great here at Ninja with all the support, and love seeing Alex and Ray back on. And it's a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you again. And I also want to give
the claws out.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I want to give another a quick shout out to Dom on our team, also Christine and Marissa in the background. They do a ton of work to make these events possible. So thank you guys so much. This is our last event for the year. We're going to regroup and come up with a whole slew of really cool things, more prizes, more good topics, more good guests for next year. And I'm sure we'll see these familiar faces more too. I hope so. So thank you everybody for taking time in the day. Have a great holidays and end of year. Good luck with Log4j and everything else. And happy Festivus, everyone.
Happy Festivus, all.
Happy Festivus.
All right. Bye, everyone. Take care.